Just so if you forget something, you can always look back.
Alright. Yeah, this is yeah. I felt like I did the worst out of my whole team.
One. Round one. Capture the objective.
So that's like the first game.
Let me You are a night owl, right?
Yeah. I'm like trying to block her sleeve, but that was
Whoa. Yeah, I see. That would have been really good if you blocked both cooldowns.
They have superior numbers.
like before like a second. If I would have shielded a second like more, I feel like I would have blocked the sleeve there. I don't know.
Yeah. The police siren outside of my house.
I don't hear it. Yeah, my whole team would say like, oh, why'd you get off Winston? I mean, Ryan. Like, Winston's like, because I don't see Ryan would like do anything if like Diva goes in the right or the left side, you know?
Ryan can still hold space. Winston is a bit, I think he's a bit more versatile right now. He's definitely harder, but you can do a lot more with him. That was a very nice engage.
I don't want the Mercer res there, but it's like I can't kill her, man.
It's alright, because if you don't kill her, then that means the Mercy's on her. But if you do, if she reses, then you kill her, so.
Okay.
And what happened here? Your Ana got picked out for no reason. Yeah. So then you didn't have any healing. I would say the one thing is, so far on your target priority, you can consistently dive the Ana and bubble the dive, and it'll force both cooldowns and get you a lot more value than trying to dive. But like when they're on the side like this is a really good time, or a really good dive. But just in the neutral, especially because I see you're going for the pocketed, either the Ana or the Mercy. When they're like just standing in main versus the DPS are just gonna get pocketed, so you'll not have as much kill pressure. Oh, okay, you were touching.
Yeah.
Let me see if that's a repeat.
I was deciding where should I engage, and I saw like, just like, yeah, we gotta kill there.
I see you're getting hit by a lot of the Ana's cooldowns. Yeah, this is a good initiation because it turns the entire fight on your team's favor, and you go in before the enemy team goes in, so then it forces that. And yeah, so see, when the Mercy goes to res, if she leaves the Ana alone, then you'll win that. Your team is kind of just trolling. They can't push through choke.
Yeah, I was thinking because they were asking me to just like go to Ryan and like hold in the front, and I'm just like, that's what I did on the first fight, but it's just I didn't get healed, or at least I think I didn't get healed, so I switched to Winston to make it easier for like Ana, you know. So like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
dive in and then come back to my support, you know. That's what I was thinking, but I guess it didn't work because you know we lost this game.
I would say be more worried about the Ana's cooldowns. If you can never get hit by them, that'd be really good. You have good target prioritization this round. I think your dives are really good this round. That ult was pretty good too. I'm gonna review that last ult also. That was a really good juggle on the Hanzo, and then yeah, you get slept here and you have to back out. Happen. I think you're playing this pretty well. It's just that your team is kind of Pepega. I can tell your Symmetra is getting no value because she's not killing anyone and she's not pushing through the chokehold.
I see Sim going forward, so I was like, okay, maybe go forward with her. So we're out.
Yeah, this is good. This is really good here. Yeah, you force the Ana to be out of position when she does that nade, or she has to go back and do that nade, and then you're A-okay. Yeah, the one thing I would say is get because you know that you don't have that many heals, so try not to stay in for too long there. You're probably gonna have to play for health packs. So the mega health pack by the coast would have been really good to play for.
I'm like, where's Hanzo? I failed, so I was like, ah. And yeah, that's just it right there.
Okay. Yeah, that one was kind of, your team was kind of trolling, to be honest. You were doing some pretty good plays. The only thing I would say, you got slept a lot, which getting slept by Ana should, like, you should, like, never get slept by an Ana. Because you just died when you have the bubble. You got antied a lot, but getting antied is a bit harder to avoid. But
yeah.
The only thing is sometimes you cut LOS and then you just forget to return. That only happened twice though, so.
Yeah, that's just the first game I wanted to show you there. It was a quick one. I just want to see like what, how could I have it done if to win that game? You know, like was it because of me that I was feeding a lot, or?
I think if you played a bit more safe, only because your supports were not playing well. So
yeah,
definitely something really hard to do because then you're like compensating for your team, which you shouldn't have to do. But
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feed here. So I was just like, damn.
Yeah.
Cause I wanted to hold a corner, you know, but I found out that everyone's like farther back, so I was just like, ah, damn, my fault. I didn't know we were playing far back.
Even if you, even if your team isn't playing far back, that corner is really hard to hold if you don't have a Lucio.
Okay.
And then even with the Lucio, it's still pretty hard to hold. But yeah, especially because they can take multiple angles there, and you can't back up anywhere. That's good, and your supports can't back up anywhere. That's good. Or like peek without getting shot. So like this angle right here is great because they can peek without getting shot and they can heal you.
Yeah. Right here I was thinking I should recharge my shield.
Yeah, definitely. You don't have to hold your shield the entire time because you're still full health. The only things you need to hold your shield for are the pretty much just Ana.
But again, I was too low.
And then now when you're low health, you don't hold the shield. That's funny. Oh, you forgot the boxes are there. Okay. I feel like we can go more into like micro of your shield now. Because it's good that you're holding shield for your teammates now. But now that I've seen you at 2 corners, there's an art to taking damage and managing the damage that you're taking and charging your support ults. So like this entire time you don't need to use your shield right here. This is fine.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just trying to...
Okay, nice. I like the idea. I think the execution of it was a bit late because it was all in the open. So if you had shadowed him before, and not had an LOS while pinning the supports at the very beginning, you might have gotten away with that. Okay, I like this. Keep in mind, you can always still be swinging, because sometimes I feel like you're holding shield for no reason.
Okay. I was just thinking, survive, don't take damage and don't get slapped or faded.
Yeah, you can take some damage, you just can't take very much damage. So you, like, swing until you get to like 500 health right there. Because you know that if you get low, you're gonna die. But you still have some time to swing. So it's not like you just completely put yourself offline. Okay. Oh man.
It was just missed, what's it called? I calculated that.
Yeah.
The joke.
I think you had a decent idea, but I'd love to see it closer to where you can get out. Because ultimately you can jump out like from right here. And jump out so then you're completely safe.
Oh, okay.
So this would be a really good place to do that again, if you had bubble. It's an unfortunate timing on the nano. Yeah, like right here, this is perfect. Because now you're a nuisance, they have to break your bubble, or you just get free value, and then you jump out of LOS
And I think I'm dead here.
Your Ana almost got that nano off on you.
Yeah, I was just thinking like, oh damn, I'm gonna die if I just die, I guess. Just let it happen.
If the fight is still somewhat winnable, I would say just keep on fighting. Unless it's like a 1v5, then you can just stop fighting. But a lot of the times, you know, like the 1 in 1,000 time that they mess up and you actually do kill them, is a 1 in 1,000 time difference, you know?
Okay. I'm starting to see like the neutral play a lot more than I used to. Oh,
yeah.
Like, I was holding point for like a little bit longer time there.
I noticed that your positioning is getting a lot better. Because it seems like you're playing around corners now and you're looking for good opportunities to dive in.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Cause like,
well, that was a very nice look.
Yeah, that's literally what I wanted to do there. That's crazy. Cause I know she's at a TP. And yeah, you see me like just standing there because I was like, oh, that worked. Yeah. I was just surprised that worked, you know.
Yeah, I think be a little more careful with your health bar because you have the right idea of what to do. Now it's just getting it clean. So when you get to 200 health or even 300 here because they have an Ana, if you get antied while you're in like that, you'll never recover. So you just gotta manage how many your risk and how many threats are like looking at you. So this is a really good initiation. You cut them off and force your Reaper to look at you. Yeah, that one was really good. I'd say the only thing is you didn't get enough damage in as much as I would like.
Get that prime way.
Yeah. It's more about applying pressure because you can jump in and exist and it'll apply a certain amount of pressure, but to apply like a lot of pressure, if you get more damage in, then you're threatening a kill and they have to look at you. So even better, if you can dance around your bubbles and deny that space for even longer until your bubble breaks or right before it breaks, that'd be the best. But how did that guy jump up? Did he get Junkrat caught?
Yeah.
Interesting play from your Junkrat.
I guess he was trying to look for the one shot, but he can't one shot and then it was loaded. I was like, dude, survive until I get bubble. And then yeah, my Junkrat used the bubble. Right here, I knew that Reaper has his ult, so I'm trying to push him away before he does use his ult.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah, if you look at like, for example, your play on point here, where when you use bubble the first time, right here, you played by your bubble until it basically pops, and then you went back in. Well, I mean, it was still at 100 versus this play back here, where this is a primal play.
It's the after that, I guess.
After or before? After.
It's when Ram was trying to push, I think.
Whereas when they're okay, that like this one, This is a good example. That one's a bit late actually. When you jump out of your bubble.
Oh, right here, yeah.
There's this one. But you're in your bubble. You're still fine. No, you're still fine at 200 HP until he starts shooting the bubble, and you can apply even more pressure and force some alto turnaround, and you take all that space, and then you jump out at 200.
Okay, because I was just thinking Anna sleep, you know?
Yeah.
They're quick before.
You just got to be mid-air as soon as the bubble breaks. But if we look at it from their perspective, before the bubble, yeah, like see how much more the bubble had. Which, I mean, they have a Reaper in this instance, which he like almost instantly broke that bubble, but that's still a lot of time. Where if you hold that, then they're a mantra, like your team can break this guy in that amount of time.
Okay.
So that's like one small thing, but you know, to clean up the gameplay, get it perfect. Let's see this attack here.
Right here, yeah, don't use bubble. I was just thinking because he just got out pretty quick.
It wouldn't be too bad if you used bubble there, but I like the idea. Because you are gonna give get bubble up like instantly.
I hate that, bro. I remember when I was like diamond, it got me killed there. Cause that was a good kill on Widow, I think. Widow killed soldier.
And
that would have been a good dive too. Crazy.
Yeah, that's a good use of the bubble. I would say the jump there was a bit sussy. You jumped up instead of forwards. Okay. Where your Ana respawns.
Because I was thinking, don't hit the green lamp right there. So that's why I jumped.
Oh. Nice, very nice. Yeah, your jumps are really good right now because what it does, it cuts the tank off, and then you regroup, and the enemy tank is low. Your team is healing you, and then he goes back to his team to heal, and as soon as he's fully healed, you're ready to go back in again. So you set the tempo. Yeah, I would say watch out for that specific jump because you didn't have bubble and you were still jumping in the open.
Yeah.
What is...
luckily, the Lucio moved deeper there.
Salutations.
Let's see where they are.
Oh, this is a huge thermal coming up.
Yeah.
They're all just sitting there. Oh, they're waiting for it. This is good that you don't go in early though. Oh, okay. So the one thing I want to say is you guys are still winning by pushing the cart. And you don't need to take this fight early.
I know. I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, what you said about, you know, like Overwatch League players where they, you don't need to do more, you know?
Yeah, because you were doing a really good job at keeping them up in that space.
Yeah, I know I was.
Yeah, this exact primal, but like 5 seconds later, probably would have gotten a kill or two.
Okay. So I was just thinking, there was just nice together, you know?
Yeah.
It would be a good primal.
She died to trap. Man, the funniest thing. Very nice. And then you play this, mid fight really well.
I didn't kill her. That was bad.
Yeah, like this jump out of that bubble. That was a really good one.
Okay.
How you spent as long as the time as you could in the bubble. This engagement is really good. Punishing the forward. Yeah, this is really nice. You're making a lot of space for your team. It's funny that what are they doing on point with that ball? Well, what is that ball doing to them? Man, that ball stayed alive for a long time. Yeah, and I'm assuming that you guys are winning this real fast because they're not regrouping. Ooh, a little bit of a fumble here on the primal.
Yeah. I was like sad that I didn't get nothing value there.
One thing, never go for a ball. The Torbjorn's pretty easy to go for. Soldier's also pretty easy to go for. And forcing the Kiri's cooldowns aren't too bad if she's out of position. Okay. One thing, try not to shoot the turret here, because any one of your teammates can do that, and it'll be way better, way more time efficient.
Okay, because I was just thinking, the turret is like the best player in their team. So
Your team can't really shoot it, but
yeah. This would be sad because I was like, oh no.
oh my god.
Did we have sleep? Did we have? I don't know.
What did I just watch?
I know I shouldn't be focused on the boss, but you gotta hack, so.
Oh man, where's your Ana going? Yeah, I feel like you're doing... Yeah, let's see what you do with this now, because before the nano you couldn't really do very much. Okay, this is nice.
I used Primal here because I didn't want to die.
One thing is, watch out, don't disrespect that Torbjorn, he still does a lot of damage. Pretend he's a Reaper.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that was a good Primal, I guess. I don't know. I saw Roadhog, so I just went out.
I think maybe if you didn't dive so hard on the Torbjorn and then you played around the edge of your bubble, you wouldn't have to primal that, but you were still really low health, so it was not that worrisome. And yeah, I think you did really well on this map. If I were to say things that you could improve on, definitely in the downtime, because against better players what's going to happen is you go in, your jump in didn't do enough, and then they're just going to push in and eventually slowly take more and more space. The other thing would be able to time your engages and get out to places where you're able to make it where be able to jump out safely and reset, and then be able to do that exact same clean engage again the second time that you have bubble. I feel like the first point attack was a good example of that, where defense.
Barrier initiated. Oh.
Or sometimes like right here when you get forced out. This is really good holding space. And you're still holding space, you cut them so they're disconnected from your Ramatra. And this jump out here is like really risky. Whereas I would like you to cut them even further. And
Really?
yeah, like
I was just scared to like just taking even more damage and like make it hard for my supports to heal me.
well, they don't need to heal you if the enemies are dead. So if you're jumping, for example, on their DPS and making their job hard, and you use your bubble to prevent the damage from being taken, what that does is either they lose this over here, or they have to lose this over here, and their DPS have to back up. But you're eventually going to have to jump out, but if you're still in and shooting them, and then you jump out at this exact same HP, you're fine, because there's no Ana.
Okay.
So it's not like you'll get punished. So, one more time. Jump in right here and use your bubble closer to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was okay, bow, but it would have been better if what you said, jump in
Yeah.
and use bubble.
Because,
Okay.
like, if you were any bit closer to this cast, you would have to back up all the way over here. And then when you jump back, there's no way that you die to the Ramatra, because you have two healers. And they're both going to be healing you when you're critical. And these guys won't even be here. So the next time you jump in, it'll be even easier for you to force them out.
Okay.
Yeah, and so this exact same thing would be happening, except they wouldn't be able to shoot you, and they wouldn't be here. They would be like back here a little. And then they can't push up, or else your next dive, you'll kill them.
Okay.
But here, now they can stuff your team. they'll actually make use of the space. Which, I mean, like, if we went down, like, 2 ranks, they wouldn't be here. They would honestly be, like, vegetating probably, like, over here. Or, that would have been good if one even flanked. Then it puts pressure on your team. But, you get what I mean by, like, going in further and then jumping out. Right?
It's just getting used to it. It's, or when to, you know, jump even further, you know? Like,
I think a lot of the times you definitely can bubble even further or stay longer. It's definitely a matter of like planning for how you're gonna get out. So, and then I'm gonna watch your primals one more time.
yeah, because it was just pretty easy primal to like stay alive or just hold, you know.
I would love it that every time you primal that you almost get a kill or you get a kill.
Okay.
Yeah, right here, it would be fine if you got off the point and, for example, went for this Fury. Because even if you get slept, you're not going to die. Well, actually, that might be a lie, but you're probably not going to die.
I just didn't want to C9.
Yeah. Someone on your team will hold. I think. Hopefully.
I was just like, just stand here and make sure if everybody goes close, push them away.
The thing is, if their tank doesn't have any healers, your team should be able to hold one of these people up on cart, and then you'll also have a chance to kill the backline. And so I think maybe it's just a matter of confidence for you when you ult, because I feel like if you went for the backline, you'd have a really good chance of killing them. But I feel like right here you just get scared and you just think, like if I don't apply the kill pressure, then they're just gonna run it in and then cap, because the Ram will be able to 2v2 or 3v3 or 2v3. But if you're about to kill one of these people, they all have to look at you or else you kill them for free, and then you come back and your team is fine. Another example of a primal.
I wanted to push them away on the outside of their post.
Yeah.
Damn.
This primal was a bit deep, and also again it was like one of those primals where it was rushed. Think of your primal, it doesn't really change how you're playing. It just it lets you extend your dive. So like, would you usually dive into this with your bubble?
Yes.
Oh, you would?
With the ult? No, I won't.
Yeah. Well, with
but
the ult,
it's
yeah.
like no, I'll do that regularly.
You can pop your bubble, or you can do either. You can pop your bubble because you know it's gonna get shred here, and your team can't play up like this. They can't hold them in the choke when they're using this ult. Or even better, I would say come up here and pop the bubble, and that way you can brawl up here and then line of sight them. And if they decide to come out, then you kill them. And if they don't come out, then that's fine, because you're still contesting cart. But like if you go in like this, what's gonna happen is your bubble's gonna immediately pop, and then they're just gonna kite your primal, and your team isn't there to help you.
Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking they're in the ledge over there. So imagine if I just jumped in and primal and just pushed them away.
That's a stretch. Maybe you could have gotten the Ana, but man, your Widow really died to that Ramattra. Would have never guessed that she would have died there. Any other primals? I feel like there's one more primal that... Or was it this one? This one was also a bit early.
Oh yeah, the one on the stairs?
Yeah. Do you get a kill with this one? I can't remember.
It's the one we're attacking. The other primal.
Oh no, this is the same one.
Yeah. It's on the attacking side.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I was like, in my head I knew it was on the attacking side, and then I didn't realize that you were on the defending side. Okay, right here, I think you could have done a lot also. but you were missing a lot of swings. So it might be time to go into the practice range and really practice the juggling.
Okay.
You want to get 100% hits when you're juggling. If you watch, Infected just posted a video. I'll send it to you. Let me look it up real quick. Infected Overwatch clip dump. This video? No, but it is this guy, I think. Yeah, the Pro-Am dump. Where he has some clips of him on Winston with really clean juggles if you want to see what that one's like. And that's also a really good video if you want to support him. But yeah, if you can get your juggles down to the point where it's like every ult that you have, you pretty much kill one person, that'd be really good. And the way to do that is make sure that you have the jump distance right, and every time you swing, you hit a person while you're swinging. And so it's really hard, and it's one of the best, or one of the hardest ultimates, if not the hardest, to get down. But that'll really increase how well you do. Yeah, other than that, do you have any questions? I don't think I have anything else.
I still have another game, the second game, you know.
Sure.
On like Hollywood.
Yeah, we can take a quick look at it.
It was just because the first game I showed you, it was just like a quick one. It was just these two main games I want to show you. So in Hollywood, remember how I asked you about how is like Winston or Ryan a good like first point, you know?
He's not the best first point, but second and third point, it's very hard to play Ryan. Ram is pretty decent in this point. The only thing is, if the enemies get to the high ground, you can't force them off of the high ground, and that's really bad for your team if they get to the high ground. So one situation will be like, they'll get their Zenyatta and Ana up here, and then you can't do anything. And so you're just kind of just standing down here, like, looking at them, and then they're just going to shoot your team and force them all out of here. And then you won't have any heals. So now you're on point by yourself. But that's only if they're smart enough to go up there.
Yeah, because I didn't pick Ryan and Ram just because like they always come through that choke, you know? So holding a corner would be better.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I noticed... Okay, there it is. Yeah, you were really pushing forward, and if you got antied during any of that, you would have died, so... Maybe you were checking the cooldown. I didn't see the cooldown of the nade, but... You were playing, like, very aggressive. If you go down to, like, 400 health against an Ana, unless you're in a good, like, safe position, I would say be very careful. Because, like, right there, you were, like, in a semi-decent position at 200 health, and as soon as you get naded, it's just all done for.
Okay. Yeah, because I noticed we had a Kiriko the whole time, so that's why I was being aggressive.
Mm-hmm. And then try to also, whenever you go in, before you go in, make sure you don't have Discord order on you. What I mean by go in is have, go on your Nemesis build. It's like one small thing, but it's the difference between you getting 5-orbed right as you round the corner, and you getting like 3 shots in before you get the same amount of damage taken. This is fine. This is a good engage.
I was thinking, should I use my ult here?
I would say it's winnable still. Just because you have your ult, your Curie is, or one of your healers is coming back, I think. Yeah, if you use your ult here, it would create enough noise on the map where your Curie survives. Yeah, it would have been a winnable fight with your ult.
Okay, so I was just thinking like, I was thinking that I was gonna go in and use my ult, but I was like, they all died, so I was just like.
I mean, also one thing to consider is on second point, you're never gonna get a chance to ult unless it's right here.
Yeah, that's a good one. Cause like, that's what I did.
Oh man, good thing that Ana missed her sleep. That would have really shut down your ult. Yeah, honestly, right here, I would run it in and die, and then swap to something else other than
Yeah,
the
that's
mantra.
what I was thinking. I was thinking of going with the
And now it's a bit too late, though. Or you can die on point here. That's a fine play.
Yeah, I was just thinking just stop playing. Yeah.
Yeah, this is fine. That's great. Yeah. Then you can swap to monkey is perfect.
I was trying to save him, but I was too late. And I was thinking, okay, Hanzo's by himself. I told my team to just jump on him, you know? Like, I'll stay.
Oh,
And then,
you didn't have bubble
like-
when you went in, yeah.
yeah. I was just thinking, ah, damn.
It's like one common thing you'll notice, unless you specifically ask your healers to help you out,
Yeah.
you just gotta like fend for yourself.
I asked him, but
Especially in comp. I would say in comp, never trust your healers. But if you're like at a really, really high scrim level, then that's where you have to start trusting your healers. Otherwise, you can just like dismiss it. Oh man, I think that death trying to take that high ground really impacted this round with this defense on second point.
yeah, because I was like telling Kiriko, you know, like, let's just jump him. And then Kiriko never really went with me.
I mean, even if you jump him with your Kiriko, it's very hard for you to kill him. Because if he gets any support at all, then you're kind of screwed over. And you just need your bubble at that point. So,
I was lying in here, so.
yeah, see, this engage with the bubble is so much more of a difference.
No one can stop
Nice.
me.
Say the only thing is make sure that when you reset back to high ground.
Okay.
Someone call.
And this is good, you're just controlling the high ground. They can't do anything on the low ground.
I noticed he's by himself, so I was like,
Yup, very nice. That was a good
doesn't
opportunity. Oh, this one is, yeah.
I
think
was
it
trying
sucks.
to jump down.
I would say don't even go in unless you have your bubble on that Ana right now.
Okay.
Unless you know that she doesn't have her cooldowns, and then you can go in. But right there, you knew that she had her cooldowns because she didn't use them for the Zen.
I wanted to go even more further, because like Zen is just by himself just shooting.
Hmm?
But I was just thinking, oh, Ram's there? I mean, not Ram, Reaper.
Far out. You just not care.
I noticed they're one.
Yeah, this is fine. Again, I would say like go in and split them and go on their squishies in the back first, rather than going on point, because it's not like you really need to contest. If you contest the Ana or the Zenyatta here, even, it would have been a really easy kill. Or even the Lucio. The Lucio might have been an easy target. But the Reaper and the Jungle Queen are very hard for you to kill, so you don't get too much value out of that engage. And then remember, like, your space, the way you make space is through kill pressure. So if you go in and you don't have kill pressure on the Reaper and the Jungle Queen, they're just gonna walk forward and like laugh.
Oh,
Okay.
What am I watching?
Silver was telling me Torv's on the left, we could just dive and kill him. And I was like, okay. And,
Okay.
and then he was calling like 3, 2, 1 and so. So I'm like, okay.
Okay, the one thing I would say is this would have been
That's so
okay if
really
there's
easy.
no one over here.
Okay.
But I'd rather see you split him from their team and take high ground.
Okay.
Because then it opens the sightlines for your team to be able to follow up. Because right now your team can't help you. Like,
Okay.
even if the ball wasn't there, they couldn't help you.
Yeah, I was thinking of going the high ground, but someone called to get Torb, so I was like, alright.
Oh, and then she just abandoned you?
Yeah.
That's
Like,
fucked up.
Yeah. So I was like,
Yeah, that's fucked up. She didn't even get the hack? Oh my god. Okay, I see. Yeah.
So I was like, damn.
I mean, even then, that's like a bit of a forced play. Versus, like, right here, if you jump the corner, or go to the... Okay, this is a good engage on the ball. But if... you didn't have to use bubble, but if you jump to the corner and use bubble, it cuts their entire healer line off. And then whoever's behind you gets really screwed up. Like, the Cassidy will get really screwed up, or he has to back all the way to point. This is a really nice engage. Yeah. And then you cut them off so then their cast dies. Or their Torbjorn dies here. Sorry, man. Yeah, let me see your engages on second point.
Oh, I die here.
Yeah,
'Cause I
probably.
was waiting for the Sombra. I waited for the Sombra. She.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I was waiting for Sombra and then she said, alright, I dived. Alright, let's go in. Kill Liana.
Okay.
She got
I
killed
see,
and
I
I
see.
ended up dying. Yeah. So 2 calls that my Sombra told me to like dive.
Let's see.
We're all like,
Yeah, it's weird because I feel like that was a decent dive, but I need to see what happened. Your healers weren't ready to follow up. That's why. Because if you had an Ana, you would have lived. But your Kiriko, instead your Kiriko is supposed to teleport to you. So that dive wasn't that bad. The one thing I would say is you took a bit of damage before getting there.
yeah, that's what I was like. I told Sombra like wait a little because I need to get healed. So she just went in. And I'm like, alright.
You were at 400 health, where if you were at 500 health, you might have lived that. Right here, like if you just waited for your healers, like you just sat right here jumping up and down for your Baptiste, you might have been able to live this engage.
Yeah, cause she was like go now, and I'm like, alright.
Yeah. So I guess your Sombra's really baiting you.
Yeah. Well, it's so like she was. I mean, she's the person who's like finding things out. I guess I don't know. I'm like, in my mind, I'm just thinking these are like not really good at games because nobody's dying.
Usually, the best way to do it is have you ask, "Can you hack this person?" Because then that way you're always ready. And that's actually what pros do. So.
Okay. I never told her to switch because they had like Reaper, Diva.
I mean, it's completely fine. The summer pick is completely fine. It's just the coordination is not there. And it's very hard to get coordinated on this comp, but it's, you know, necessary. That was a really good primal.
They were telling me to switch, not Sombra.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing you can swap to is Diva, but even, like, right now, like, I'm pretty sure Monkey's better. He's way harder, but he's way more versatile.
That's because they were saying counters, like they had Reaper, Diva,
Huh.
Ana.
What was that? Why did you stand in that? Well, actually, let's look at this primal here. Why this primal is good. It doesn't feel forced compared to the last one, where you would be here anyways. The only difference between like you would still be here anyways, but now you would be jumping out, which this primal is perfect because nothing has changed. You're just using it as like a second life. And so this engagement is really good in the first place. It's like good engagement, good primal. But if it's bad engagement, it's going to be a bad primal. That would be so funny if Diva dies to her own bomb. I thought that for the longest time when Overwatch first came out. But,
Yeah.
and then also, why did you stand in this blossom? This is weird.
I wanted to like push because I know he was gonna ult, right?
Mhm.
And I wanted that, you know, when you jump, there's like a push. So I wanted to push him away as soon as he ulted. You know?
No, but you kind of just stood in it after.
And I'm like, it's because I didn't think my Pap was gonna die.
Oh, okay.
No.
You should still, because someone else might kill him, but if you're there, you're healing him, you know, because he's dealing damage to you.
Wow. I know he's healing, but I thought my Pap wouldn't die there.
It'd be like that. Sometimes life goes on. Most of the time, especially if I'm in your comp game, I'm going to be dead. So you just gotta keep on playing.
I don't know why we switched to Brink, but
Maybe your team needed more help in the backline? Kiri is very strong right now. She can replace Brig and even be better on some maps or comps. But this is fine right now, your team comp. Especially since your team has free high ground. Oh, never mind, they're not staying on high ground, but... Very nice. I feel like your bubble and primal usage were way better this game than last game. Which, this is arguably a harder map. Or an easier map for the individual versus last map. But then this is a harder team map. Yeah, I think you did really well on this map compared to the last one. Still the same things apply. And also watch out for the Ana and Aid and Sleep. I feel like you discount her abilities a lot.
Yeah, no, like it's not really I discount them. It's just like I mistime them. I feel like because I'm always
Okay.
thinking about Anna sleep, Anna nade,
Mhm.
but I don't know when she's gonna throw it. So I'm just like,
Just as a general rule, you can assume that she has it unless you know that you've seen it come out.
yeah, because
Mhm.
like I'm every time I see Anna, I'm like thinking, okay, sleep nade,
Mhm.
uh, be careful. But it's like with the Rhine, right, where
Mhm.
I charge and then I stop and then shield.
Mhm.
It's like I mistimed it and then she sleeps to me.
Yeah,
So
for
that's what
sure.
I'm. Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
Um, am I like from the last spot? Am I like doing the things that we were talking about, right? Where
Yeah,
we
yeah, definitely.
like the neutral plays. I don't know if I'm doing them like a lot more now or.
Mhm. I would say the only thing is, now it's a min max of your monkey micro, where it's like you're not jumping in hard enough or you're not jumping out soon enough.
Okay.
But I think generally speaking, if you feel like you're applying more kill pressure, or you should just be killing them here. Like 1 out of 5 times, they'll just let you kill someone in the backline. But when you get a bit higher, they won't let you do that. But
Mhm.
right now, if you find yourself like you're killing more, then you're probably doing something right.
Okay. Yeah, cause with like Winston, I feel like he's like a more easier tank than like Ryan or
Hmm.
like
Really? Yeah. Well, right
yeah
now, yeah, yeah. Ryan is not in the meta right now.
yeah, and then also like what you said about how like not trusting your supports, but like on the remember the Dorado map that we
Hmm.
showed on the first point when we were attacking, I was on that like top right
Yeah.
of like holding that.
Yeah.
You were telling me to like make sure you just stay there and like
Hmm.
make sure your Ana heals you. Like,
Yeah.
am I doing that also now, or because like
Yeah. I
I feel
feel
like you're
like
just
it.
beating.
I feel like you
Okay.
are like if we looked at that last game in Rialto, your bubble it was in the chokehold, and you were
Hmm.
playing for your Ana, which was really good. Like this game when you dived, I think first point there's a couple of good examples, or even that second point dive when you were still near your healers. Where's the first point attack? Not this one. Just before this is it's an example. Yeah, we're right here. You jump in a place where you're still in LOS of your healers versus just going directly into the backline.
Hmm.
And then second point, when you jump up top, even though you died, this was a much better engage than like what I was seeing before.
Hmm.
Where you're still in LOS of your healers right here. And I mean, this map, it's not exactly the same because this map is way more explosive, so you can't stay in LOS. But I feel like there's a way better effort, at least, compared to the last time where you were like hiding from your healers.
Hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I wasn't trying to hide from healers. I was trying to uh, survive. There. What's it called? Also, so am I like doing all those things that you mentioned from last VOD, right? That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
And is there like any things I can like do better? Like
One is
what
the
you said about how.
primal, and then two,
Mhm.
I think it's just your initiations. Just getting more kill pressure, and that's it right now.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause
And then
I'm
I
for
guess
sure
like
gonna like.
tracking the Ana's cooldowns.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I'm for sure gonna dive even more deeper then
Mm-hmm.
on like on that like Rialto map where you told me to dive because of McCree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go in and then bubble.
Yeah. Or like bubble as soon as you go in. Like as soon as you take one shot, then you can bubble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus like bubbling immediately and then you're just like sitting in your bubble kind of sad because you can't walk to them. Or bubble too late and then you bubble and then it's useless because you have to run anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, any other questions? I think that was it.
Yeah, that's about it.
All
I
right.
was just